it's me, Erica. What's going on? It's Tuesday. Y'all, I was down for the count last night. I had the worst headache in the world. I had a headache all day. But, you know, when you get home, you can finally actually rest. I had some valerian root tea with some honey and went to sleep. And, man, my head was hurting so bad last night. Anyways, so go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment. Let the diva know you stopped by. I don't know what we're going to talk about today. A couple people wanted me to talk about B. Smith, the lifestyle guru restaurateur. She was diagnosed with early onset of Alzheimer's a few years back, and her partner, her life partner, her husband, while she was in the midst of her illness, decided to partner and bring in a woman into the household, and to add insult to injury, because anybody would be mad if a man brought a woman into their household and the lady was sick. But to add insult to injury, the woman was white, and then was reported allegedly to have been mistreating B. Smith, and she died the other day. And I do know that, Alzheimer's, it is a debilitating illness. You essentially regress you just regress, and eventually most people end up dying from it. So we don't know. There's some people that are saying different things. It's always going to be someone saying different things, so we don't know. I just think that we talk about this all the time, but I don't think if it was the other way around, I don't think if she had brought a man into her home, she would have been all kind of, everything. And I'm not even talking about just a black woman. I'm talking about a woman, bringing another man into her sick husband's home, and then, that man essentially being the someone you're having an affair with. I think that people would be highly upset. I really do. I think that she would be all kind of, derogatory names. But for him, it's like, oh my God, caregivers, they need love too, and all this other stuff. And, and then to me, I feel like if you were going to do that, why are you flaunting that for everybody to see? Why were you doing that? Why did we have to know that you brought your mistress into the home? I mean, at least play it off until the lady dies. Don't be that. It's like blatant disrespect, and I don't know. But I have seen people take care of their partners until death. Both of my grandparents, both of my grandmothers did that. I think if it were the other way around, I think if they brought in men into the home before their husband died, people would have a heart attack. This idea that, someone said it on Twitter the other day, but at all costs, protect the man's legacy. Protect the man's, how he looks to the world, no matter what the woman looks like, because there's a lot of shit going on with, still, like I was going back and forth the other day with somebody about Gayle King asking poorly timed questions, and her being threatened, and her being, why are you speeding up on me? Bitch, back the fuck up. And her being, railroaded and threatened, and we gonna pull up and all this other shit. But Craig Melvin asked the same question, and even Charles Barkley said it is a part of his history, and we all have flaws. All of us are not perfect. Yes, what's the question? I mean, we back here, but the point of what I'm saying is that Gayle King was destroyed in the media, people agreed with how Snoop Dogg responded to her, and it was like protect his legacy, and then protecting Snoop Dogg in his feelings. Forget about the lady doing her job. Forget about that. She's supposed to take into account, this man's history and that he just died and this and that. And then when some other man starts to cuss her out, then also protect him. Just fuck her altogether. And I don't think that anybody, I think a lot of people see the correlation in what's going on and how that works. But when Craig Melvin asked the question, Charles Barkley answered it and was like, it's a part of his history. Like I said the other day, if it was, if he had written a book, that would have been in his book. That would have been in his memoir. You understand what I'm saying? The service that they had yesterday was beautiful. The service that they had yesterday was beautiful for Kobe. A lot of people, spoke really kind and beautiful words. And you can see that, yes, this person had a hiccup in his life. Something that he was accused of doing, something that people are like, no, not him. But then after he didn't continue patterns of this bad behavior, he changed who he was. He changed who he was for his family. He changed who he was in his career. He changed who he I guess was trying to figure out, could I do this? Could I cheat on my wife like the rest of these other ball players? Go read the things, because he told on a lot of people. I thought I could do what everybody else could do, basically. And you got caught up with the wrong type of woman who has the historical references behind a white woman saying that she's been raped by a black man. All of these things, all of these factors and nuances of what happened to Kobe, but still, we're not going to leave out that he did not change. He became a great influencer to a lot of people, the model for behavior in terms of being an athlete, and then going into his life, into retirement, and just changing his whole life. And that doesn't negate that. It doesn't erase that. A lot of people would love to erase the bad shit they've done to somebody. Ask white people. They tell us to get over slavery every day. Every day, get over it. Get over it. Forget all the systems that were put in place to keep you motherfuckers in the same space. Get over it. What? No, we're not going to get over it. That's a part of our history. But here's this man, yes, he was beloved, and that's the reason why the response was just like, girl, what are you doing? Everybody. I was confused, like, why would she ask that? Then I had to watch the whole interview. That helps. Okay? That really helps. And you cannot tell me that Lisa Leslie did not, and then all of a sudden you don't believe Gail, what she's saying. And then Snoop is supposed to be on Red Table Talk. Was that yesterday? When was it? It's today, I think. Don't they come out on Tuesdays? I'm not sure. But apparently there's some criticism as to how Jada is handling Snoop. And so I haven't seen it. I've seen a very small clip of her like telling him and him looking like, damn, I was wrong. But I don't think there's anything wrong with her saying, dude, that was too much. Everybody could say to Snoop, we understand the raw emotion. We understand that your friend died, but her question was, do you think that hiccup should have been a part of his legacy? Craig Melvin asked the same exact question. The same exact question. And then Vlad, I guess, did something recently and asked Charles Barkley the same exact question. But nobody's calling them people dog-faced bitches and saying that they need to pull up on these men, but attack the woman. And if you think about it, the only person involved in this, only woman involved in this is Gayle King. Nobody else has been threatened. Nobody else has been harmed. Every other person asked the question. Nobody has threatened them. It's the woman who now has to bear the brunt of upholding someone's legacy. Yes, the question was poorly timed, But y'all not gonna sit up here and act like that question isn't relevant. It is relevant. It's an absolutely relevant question. Should somebody's past be a part of their legacy? Well, God damn it, it's a part of their story and how they got to where you are. Because guess what? Had nothing happened to Kobe in this court case, he probably would have been a different person. If nothing happened, if nobody ever found out, if that girl never said anything, he probably would have still been continuing to cheat on his wife. Because after that, Kobe and Vanessa were going to get a divorce. Do you hear me? So he would have lost. Do you think that if he would continue, she might have stayed because she's a very, very family-oriented person, but he might have been a totally different person had not he gone through that. So you cannot say that somebody's history isn't a part of their legacy. It doesn't even fucking make sense. I don't give a damn what they did. And like Rodney said, I don't give a damn if he scored 1,000,000 points. It doesn't take away from the fact that he did what he did, that he stepped out on his wife with a white woman and she accused him of rape. But now everybody else gets to ask the question, why? When is it time? When is it time for a person to do their job? Lisa Leslie, well, I've never seen him do anything like that. How many goddamn television shows? How many things have you heard a person say that their friend wouldn't do something? And lo and behold, their friend is out there doing the one thing that you vouched for their character that they would never do. So you would never know if your friend, if your good Judy was a rapist, popping or putting things in people's drinks and raping them. You would never know. Dr. Huxtable? What? Oh my God, never. Are y'all watching Love is Blind? Don't the next episodes come out this weekend? I finished watching it. Child, that is a mess. And let me tell you something. Since we was on the topic of bisexuality and men and people hiding who they are, I have to say that Carlton, Cynthia's ex-employee or whatever the hell he is, because it is filmed in Atlanta, Carlton went about that the whole wrong, or the whole way wrong. He went about that all the way wrong. I don't know what his reasonings are. We haven't had, and apparently they stopped filming that almost 1.5 years ago. So they've had to be quiet about their relationships. Like the girl, Giannina, and her crazy looking, that dude, he's too much. There's some things, like, I understand, like, if I was in my 20s and I was a girl who was, I subscribed to the idea of partnering with somebody, marrying somebody, and to actually participate in an experiment, to say Love is Blind, because at the beginning, the other day when I said I watched the first episode, I said that everybody was attractive. And then I thought to myself, oh yeah, they're attractive, but now when you get to know them, is your love really blind? Because now you're peeling back layers of this person that you fell in love with, sight unseen. You just connected via emotion, not seeing the person. And now you're getting to know this person. And you're like, no. Carlton, he went about that all the way wrong. But at the same time, you got to think, maybe he wanted to see the person first before saying that. I think it should have been done right away, not all this time where they're like spending a little time with each other. I think he did kind of tell her right away. We don't know, based on editing or whatever, but I just think he went about it the wrong way. And this is the behavior that I see in Mark Daly. I feel like when a man, scratch that, because I blame Mark's antagonism towards his wife as bitchy. You understand what I'm saying? Bitchy. A bitchy ass nigga who wants to undermine his wife any chance he gets. He has to flex so that people know that he's the man. Okay? Now, in Carlton's situation, I felt he was antagonistic towards this girl because he was trying to self-sabotage in order for him to himself say, this woman doesn't accept bisexual men. No, I think one probably true. But two, it's the way that you went about it. You were not loving. You were not friendly. There was no indication to you that this woman was intolerant to that. So you could have came to it as someone that you connected to on an emotional level. You could have shared that with her and said, listen, I know I didn't tell you this while we were behind the glass, but I need to tell you this so that we can know how we want to move forward, and so you can make an informed decision on how you want to move forward. I have been with men before, and that's it. But he did all that. You don't need all of that. You don't need to be antagonistic. You could have, if you fell in love, you really fell in love with this person, sight unseen, and you felt safe with this person that you only known for a week, 10 days. We're going to give them 10 days. So much that you propose to them, not knowing how they feel about that. That's not right. You did not do that right. But like, again, I'm thinking maybe he wanted to see her face and tell her in person. I think that I mean, if that's the angle, then I could agree with that. But all that being antagonistic, picking fights and stuff, just to turn around and say, that's why I don't fuck with bitches like you. No, my nigga, you did that all the way wrong. All the way fucking wrong. And then Giannina and her boyfriend, the guy with the red hair, he looks like he's crazy, child. He looks like something ain't right. And she's acting like she loves him, and it's really weird. I'm letting my sons watch it. You know, the Aquarius, he likes to watch stuff, behavioral people, like he's like me in that sense. And he's like, he cannot stand that girl Jessica, and I can't think of that. I think his name is Mark. Jessica's 10 years older than Mark. She's 34. She's a lying fool. She looks like she's aging like salad in a bag. She does. She looks a mess, and she likes Barnett. And Barnett proposed to this other girl who is attractive. They're both attractive, but she ain't got her shit together in the least. She ain't never done, what did she say she has never done? Cook for somebody? A lot of things that she has never done. And I'm like, you might be physically attractive and you might be the shit, but then when you get to know the person, you like, they ain't got shit going for themselves. They got all these issues going on. And is love really blind? Are you really going to work through these issues? Because anybody would have the issue. You know, it would be the same if they met in person. You know what I'm saying? And they saw each other's face. She would still have those same issues. So it's like, and his family, Barnett's family, is like, and she's too much. But then that other girl, Jennifer, I can't think of the Barnett's fiance's name. I can't think of her name. But she don't have shit going for herself. She is beautiful, and that's about it. An ex-tank mechanic is her occupation. I don't know. But Mark of Jennifer or Jessica likes Barnett so much, but Barnett is the type of man that she used to go for out in the world, and who was never good for her, and she is really attracted to him, like cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs attracted to him. And he's like, he seems like he's okay. He seems like he has I don't know, like he had a one-bedroom house, like a one-bedroom condo. The other girl, she didn't come from nothing. She's actually probably homeless, I think, and came on this show, I don't know, to find a husband so somebody can take care of you. I don't know. But his brothers are like, dude, no, like this is not it, because they met each other's families and everything like that. And then there's Lauren and Cameron, the interracial couple, who I believe is not going to get married. I think Cameron is too intense, and there's a such thing as being sensitive. He's a scientist. He's not an ugly dude. He's probably great person, but he's so intense and so sensitive. He's just a lot. And coupled with the fact that he's white, her father is against interracial. I don't know how they were able to convince him, because he was looking like, what? Have you ever been in a room with a bunch of black people and you be the only white person? So he lets everybody know that he's the last serious relationship that he was in, and I guess the girl broke his heart. It was a black woman. So apparently he's like, I've been around black people. I was, you know, in her family and all this other stuff. I don't know how they got the father to like Lauren's father to bend. Even her mother was like, I don't know, because it sounded like her father was Malcolm X, okay? She's like, I don't know how you're going to get your father to agree to this, and this and that. I think it's a great experiment if you are, 24, 25, because to me, I feel like when you put the idea of marriage as an end to a beginning, it really makes a lot of people, like, you feel suffocated, like, oh my God, this cannot be the end. I'm going to be with this person for the rest of my life. No, you don't have to be with this person for the rest of your life. You can be with this person for however long it takes to learn, and you can go your separate ways. You're not stuck with this person. I think a lot of people are funny about that when it comes to marriage, like, ooh, forever, for the rest of my life? Oh no. You know what I mean? And I think that if I was like 22 or 23 and I was a woman who was, 24, maybe 22 to 25, maybe thinking like, oh, let's try this. This might be fun. You know what I mean? To meet somebody, see if you really fall in love with, and then see if, and if it doesn't work, God damn it just doesn't work. You had an experience that you can live to tell about and say, look, when I was in my early 20s, I did this experiment where I fell in love with somebody through the glass. It's a story to tell. It's a wonderful story to tell. I think it's great. I think when they get older, and they start explaining to their grandchildren or to their children or whatever, or to other people that they meet, say, I was involved in this human experience to figure out if love really is blind. Who else? That other girl, I can't remember her name. She's very she's like very like, I want to say she's like a tomboy. She seems like a t-shirt and jeans girl that drinks beer. And her and that guy, they seem like they're getting along, but I think, like, when she was trying on the wedding dresses, even when Jessica was trying on the wedding dresses, they were looking like, this is not, like, sometimes you think like, this is not even what I want. Why am I doing this? Why am I in this wedding dress, trying on a dress, and about to get married to somebody that I, just met? But then when you think of like, oh, I gotta be with them forever, you're like, I don't think so. Overall, I think it's a cool little show. I thought it was going to drive me nuts. I feel like a lot of it is like Lauren and Cameron. I feel like Lauren is not going to do it. I think for her, it's an experience. I feel like if she's a black girl who has never dated interracially, and you fall in love with this person sight unseen, like right from the beginning, they connected like right from the beginning. And he seems like he might be, and when he started rapping, I thought that was funny, but he actually had some little rhymes going, but that don't get you a invitation to the barbecue. But anyway, he seems like he might be a cool dude. He's just very intense. Like, he cries a lot. Nothing wrong with crying. We love a cry, but we like some balance. You understand what I'm saying? He's a scientist, so his idea is like, let me try this experiment to see if it works. And he's fallen in love with this woman. But I don't think Lauren is going to marry him. I think it's too much. I think that she's trying to determine, can I be with a white man who I fell in love with? I don't think that she can do it. Because, I mean, you never know. You never know. You just never know. And he seems like a cool type of dude. He seems like he's cool, just very intense. That guy with Giannina, I can't think of his name. Damien. Oh, God. I'm afraid of him. He looks like a serial killer child. He be looking like this. Then he got a widow's peak too. He be looking crazy. His hair is red. He be looking at her real serious. And he was like, you're gonna lose me. She was like, I don't know. I went to her Instagram page because I think she is the most adorable thing. Giannina, Milady Giabelli. And then her parents were like, you got to be sure. You got to be sure. Like, and I think it's just an experience. Like, if you go into the experiment saying, okay, I'm gonna have to get married to a person for the rest of my life, instead of going into it like, this is an experiment. I'm young. I have my whole life ahead of me. If I don't like them, nigga, we can get a divorce. Or I don't even have to marry you. I can just go through this whole experience and I don't have to marry you. I mean, You got a gun to my head? You know, like I don't have to do that. So that's how I see it. Anyways, y'all, what else are we talking about? But yeah, tell me what y'all think about Love is Blind. I think the new episodes come on Wednesday or something like that, and they're like getting married or something. And that's about it, I think. I don't have anything else to talk about. Let me think. So, what else is going on, y'all? I forgot what I was talking about. Honey, if you don't get your ass across this street, Papa, I'm a millionaire. And yeah, so what was I saying, y'all? I had to do something real quick. I had to make a call. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah, so I needed to, y'all wanted me to talk about B. Smith, talk a little bit about B. Smith, Love is Blind, Kobe Bryant, you know, we're gonna talk about Jada and Snoop Dogg. I don't have nothing to say about it because I have not seen it, and we're not watching no clips. Okay, I'm not gonna give you an opinion on a clip. I'm not gonna do it. So I'm gonna watch the whole thing. I might do a live reaction. I don't know, because didn't I do a live reaction to Jordan and them? Who did I do a live reaction to on Jada on Red Table Talk? Was it Tip? I think it was Tip. Because I remember somebody saying, "You're not even listening to him." I ain't got to hear nothing Charlie Brown's teacher has to say. I really don't give a fuck about any of what those. I just don't care. I'm serious. When I tell you I'm so serious about what I said the other day in the jury duty parking lot about not giving a damn about divesting, I just don't give a damn. I really don't. Like I said, we're not gonna stop talking about it, but me getting all riled up and upset, no. Even Tanya TKO, she had a video saying, do black men and white women deserve each other? Black men and white women, do they deserve each other? I said, honey, each of them are just one step away from power and privilege. Together they could be a mighty force. They can be upset together, how they not where the white man is. They could do all of that. I said, honey, do whatever you need to do to make you happy, baby. And somebody was on there, and the video cut short on Tanya TKO's channel. It was only 7. I thought it was supposed to be longer, but it cut short after she hung up with the one woman who talked for like 15 minutes about her experiences as it relates to talking to interracial relationships and their reasonings, and some of those people's reasonings behind why they entered into these types of relationships. And it was okay. It wasn't no bashing or anything like that. It was just like an observation of someone's, an experience that they were sharing. I really don't like Snoop. I don't give a damn your feelings or anything. It's unexcusable what he did. It's well, it's excusable, but it still deserves, is it unexcusable? I think I'm using the wrong word. Like, okay, we get it, but that's not how you respond, and we can call you out on it. The way that we can call Gail out on it, we can call you out on how you respond. And no, you are not responsible for how somebody responds, but they are. They're responsible for how they respond. And if there is, I can't believe this white girl showed up to work. You've been gone out of my training class. Wednesday, left early. Thursday wasn't here. Friday wasn't here. Monday wasn't here. And now you sitting in the parking lot. I would have been called that temp agency. And I told y'all, honey, I would have been called them people. You gotta go. What? You done missed almost 40 hours of training? I don't know what you gonna do, because I'm on to the next. It was over on Friday, girl. You wasn't even here to take your last thing. I can't even determine whether or not you are suitable. I don't have my earrings on. Suitable to be doing what you were supposed to be trained to do. Honey, I would have been called that temp agency and told let me go. I'm running late. I was gonna come back here and talk to y'all, but that's it. That's all I got to say. Anyways, y'all, take care of each other. Protect your energy. I couldn't believe that girl. I saw that girl. I can't believe. And you got a new hair color too from when you was out on Wednesday. But you, child, girl, these white people are crazy. I would have been let your ass go. You don't, I mean, yeah, you calling out, you got issues going on, but you didn't miss so much of training. I don't know that you can do what you're supposed to be doing. Anyways, I'm out of here, y'all. Take care of each other, protect your energy, and we'll get down in the comments and let me know what you think about Love is Blind and whatever. Any opinions about what I said, or, you know, and let me tell y'all one thing. Moving forward, if you employ ad hominem when you are in the comments, meaning that instead of discussing your point, instead of trying to maintaining the position on your point, you attempt to personally attack the person instead of challenging their point of view, you will be blocked. And that's, I'm sorry, but if you cannot have a conversation with somebody without calling them out of their names, without personally attacking them, then you can't. You can watch, but you won't be able to participate. And that's just on period. Oh, we're gonna talk about Love and Hip Hop Miami and whatchamacallit tomorrow. New York tomorrow. New York was boring. Miami is entertaining to me. Honey, Trick Daddy is entertaining to me. He really needs his own show. Like, by himself, about what his family and goes on in his family and shit. He really needs his own show. He really does. Anyways, I gotta go, y'all. Take care of each other, protect your energy. Let's get down in the comments. Peace.